In this video, I try to break it down. How can I make all these screens, all these UI patterns, and do with only two major components. We are going to learn how to make components and component variants, and how to edit components after we create them, how to create styles, and how to organize like a pro. And as you see, they are all made in Figma. And some of them, like this one, even works as a prototype. If you want to learn how I do all these things, just stick around, use the timestamps if necessary, and let's start designing. Okay, now let's start to do these things. What we are going to do is we will do these pages. They are not pages actually, they are like part of the UI. But as you can see, there are many repeated items like buttons and all these form elements and all this header part as well. So I already stack some icons and leave you an icon resource from huge icons, and take the colors as well and the logo. Alright, let's start by giving these styles. So this is going to be white. I'm not going to set a variable yet. And this is, I will call it gray 300. Gray 300. Gray 600 maybe. This is black. Black. Blue. And this is going to be the last one, yellow. Great, now I have all my styles ready. And let's start to do components. I only need this image, which I can rename it here logo, and create a logo component, because I will use it along the way. And for these, I renamed them. They were originally written frame, so I just give like meaningful names for each icon. And instead of doing one by one, I'm going to create multiple components here. Boom, and they are all ready with perfect naming convention, and they are, in terms of size, accurate. And all their colors are also white. And let's select from our library white. Cool. So let's build, and we are going to do this in 3 sections. The first part is going to be our header. The second part is going to be our navigation. This navigation, this is going to be scrollable. And the third part is going to be the form elements, because I see lots of repeated items over and over again. We don't need to repeat this thing. I have these ready, the styles are ready, so let's build first the header section. I need a logo instance. I will drag and drop with option, and as you see, it's an instance of the original component. So let's take it up. I also need a chat icon, again with option, drag, and a notification icon. And I have these 3 elements ready. Put them in an auto layout. Shift A to auto layout. Let's call it header. And as far as I know, it is 402. So I will do the same, 402 width. And the background is gray 300 probably. Let me double check on that. Fill with 300. Oh no, 600. Exactly. And by default, it's going to be centered. In fact, these two are not centered, so this is going to be centered, cool, and these two are not going to be centered. So let's fix that. I will take two of them, make an auto layout, bring them a little bit closer. Let's make like 16 maybe, and then they can be hug. And what else? If both items can be right aligned, I can take this one and absolute position. Also, I can make the size of this header something like, let's give a round number, 50. Lovely. And this can be, even though it's an auto layout, because of the fact that it is ignoring the auto layout, I can center it. So let's give from right and left 24 in terms of spacing. Cool. So the header part is ready. I can take it here and also make a component. So the first part is ready. Done. And I can use this in every other page that I make. And also let's do slightly bigger. Let's say like 70 maybe. And I will do this one 70 as well. Cool. Good. The second part is going to be creating these buttons. So let's create these buttons. As far as I see, I have stays as text and an icon. So let me take it close. And yeah, in terms of spacing, they are something like that. And let's create an auto layout. Navigation button. Let's put something like 16 or 10. Good. And background is going to be, let's select from here, gray 300, yes. And I have a bit of spacing, maybe 8. This can be also 16, cool. And I do have some stroke, and I can select from white, exactly. And let's round the corners as well. Oops, 999. Good. It seems it is more or less correct, and I do have two variations of that button, basically. So this is going to be navigation button selected, and let's say this is going to be default. Done. And in the default one, I don't have stroke and I don't have background as well. So while I have this naming convention ready, I can select both of them and create a component set. So now it's going to be like navigation button, and this is going to be default state, and this is going to be a selected state, and let's call both of them states. Oh, I deleted state. Good. And let's put some properties. But first, I just want to take these icons out and put them in an auto layout and maybe do 3 by 3 in terms of column structure and called icons. Good, and I can always right click and not group, convert to section. And if I also give like background color, it will be amazing. They will be more organized and they will all be under icons. Now let's take that, not only this, of course, the entire thing to my assets, and let's create some properties. And this is going to be my first property. Text equals, let's say, navigation. Create property. So it's automatically saying navigation now. I normally try to select generic names for me not to forget. And for this, I would like to create an instance swap property. I know it's wordy, but I would like to select this icon with other icons. And let's do this. And I will call it icon. Let's create the property first. And this is right now an icon. And I'm going to select this one and give the icon property as well. Good. And so right now, if I take any instance of it, I can make a default or selected version. I can change to, for example, taxi, and select, say, taxi. Where is taxi? Here. Boom, done. But in terms of navigation, I just want to scale it down. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options, I guess. So let's nail it down a little bit. So icon stays. Let's add preferred values for this. For this one, I would like to add this one. Attractions, a car, cruise, a flight. What else? Stay and taxi. I guess 1, 2, 3, 6. Good. So right now I have only these options. And the initial one is going to be, let's say, stays. So let's put the bed icon, and right here, stays. Double check. Perfect. So this is ready. All I have to do is the different variation of this button, which are going to be, okay, this is stays. I need 6 more, 4. So the easiest way is when you duplicate any item, Option and Shift, let's say it's 20 pixel, I will press Command D, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And from here I can say this one is not selected, these ones are default, and plus I can auto layout them and call it navigation bar. Good. And the rest is basically select flights. This one, car rental. This is cruise. Nice. The icons are of course not 100% accurate, but attractions. Done. So navigation bar is also ready for the first part, and I will also give something like, instead of 20, let's give like 16 and see. That's okay. And I'm going to create another component because this is going to be repeated items in every pages, okay? And I will, just like I did this one, I'm going to take the navigation bar and put it here as an instance. So the header part is ready. The navigation is, let's double check, is it ready? It is not. Why? Because I need to put them in a bigger section with a background color of fill. Let's select from here 600, and let's put from left and right 24, and let's put like 8. Good. Now it's making more sense. I can left align and top, not top, like close to each other. That's good. And but for me, so right now it's not going to make any interaction. It is not going to animate at all. So what I'm going to do is, let's take these two parts a little bit, and I can deal with the top part. So this is going to be overflow, no scrolling. I cannot scroll right now because there's no overflow, right? So I need, for these navigation buttons, when I select this component, press enter to select the child items, and Shift A to auto layout. Why? Because I need something like a wrapper, right? Wrapper. Or you can even say container, and this container have to be smaller than the parent, which means if I take it like this, and you see like clip content, it's going to clip the content. I need to stick as like almost 0 level, and in the prototype I might go like overflow horizontal. So when I click the home page, shift and space, I cannot. It's amazing how it kind of ignores my situation. There is an error. Okay, let's not the attach swap. There's no, let's see. For scrolling to work, this frame, the content needs to be bigger than the frame. Now I get it. All right, so if I make this thing bigger, okay, I will delete this one. Cool. Forget it, no scrolling. But this part is going to be horizontal. So now Shift A, it is working perfectly. Poof. All right, that part is done. So the navigation part is done as well. Let's check the other part, the form elements. And the form elements, we will start to build with this, something like enter destination and an icon, like a search icon. Shift A to auto layout, and let's write form. Good. If you want, I'm using the same measurements. I can put it on top and take it to the front, and I'm going to make it as big as, by the way, don't be me and try not to stick with the prototype mode. Go back to design mode and do as big as this yellow box area. Nice. It cannot be pixel perfect, but that's also fine. So as far as I see, this will be slightly bigger, but I will probably keep it the same size for now. Let's add something like 16. Is it enough? It's enough. And for this, it is something like 8. 8 is too little. Let's give like 16 between elements, so it's like a gap. So instead of 16, so let's make 20. Now it's making more sense, and this thing is going to be 12. 12 is too little. Let's make it 14. Good. This form element is basically ready. Let's see what would happen if I make this icon slightly bigger. Okay, I'll pause that part. So this is basically done. The form part is done, and it should be fill color, and from my library it should be around 600. Good. And from top and bottom, let's put something like 16 or 12. Done. This form element is ready. From there, I only need to make a change in this icon and this text. So I will create properties for that. But I think there's no problem for me to create a component. Great. So let's create this one, an instance swap. Icon equals, this can be the preferred value, that's fine. Create the property, and this is going to be input, or you can leave it as text also. Input equals enter destination. Good. So this is going to be my master component, and I will be creating form, and my first form is enter destination. And what else? I will change it from this to a calendar, and this is going to be my text. Copy and paste. Let's double check. This is 13, this is 14. So for me to avoid this mistake, so what I have done was, this is 14 as you see, but these texts are 12. If I copy and paste, it is going to take the attributes of this. So to avoid this, what you can do is you can copy, select, and then Shift, Option, Command, and V. So right now it's 14. It's a trick that it took a long time for me to figure it out. Anyhow, I survived. The next one is going to be a user icon. One room, Shift, Option, Command, and V. Done. And let's create a search button as well, so as big as this. This is not a form element, so probably what I will be doing is I can deattach this one, get rid of the icon, make it center align, and also blue background. Good. This is around 48, so I'll do this one 48. And anything else? No, I can write here search. Maybe it's slightly bolder. That's it. And maybe it's 16. No idea. So feel free about that. And let's say an input button. Okay. Maybe do I need... No, I don't need necessarily. Input button, but I'm going to save it as another component somewhere here and take an instance. And don't worry about this part, I'm going to make a deep cleaning after all, after I finish this tutorial. So this is going to be like this. Great. And what about selecting all, make a component, sorry, not a component, an auto layout, and call it form box. I will find a proper name after all. And let's put like a stroke from my color, and the stroke would be probably inside. And let's see how big. Yellow, cool. Form box, and they are not visible because probably it is, yeah, it's inside and it's not visible. That's fine. Solid non-dynamic brush. Okay, what I can do here is I can select this with profile, cool, and instead of center I can do it like outside, and plus I would do a corner radius of 16. For this one, okay, the first one should be also like 16 to 16 in order to be accurate, and this one 16 to 16. Now it seems like it is, oh, by the way, it's not 16. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it 10, 8. So this one is 0. Oh, not this one, sorry. 8 to 8. Good. Let's check. Nice. And this button is also 8 to 8. Nice. That is done. So let's put this, take it somewhere here, and create a component from this as well. So double check and then put it inside. So basically the form element is also done. And let me make it center and top, so that whenever I make this thing bigger, it will be stay in center as well. So if I want this part to enlarge with the parent, what I could do is I would say left and right, And of course I would do for this one as well, from instead of center, left and right. So they will be somehow responsive. Nice. So, but I don't want to every time. So this is booking.com stays, right? But what if I just create another one and select this one to be selected and this one not default, right? It is going to be harder for me to select each part and do manual stuff. So what I'm going to do here is first I will build up this thing and add it to my form element, because there are more than one. So we did only one type, but that's another type, right? So first let's build this one out, and this one is another format. These are the same. This is okay, cool. Right, so okay, I gave a pause and thought about what I'm going to do with all this. It's going to be more than an hour video. I don't have problem with that. I can speak hours, and in my course, in-person courses in Experience House, I normally talk 7 hours. So imagine that. So I don't have problem of talking and explaining things. But right now, since my YouTube channel is basically a test for me and a resource for you, hopefully, and it's a test for me to kind of teach myself how to speak in front of the camera, because it's weirdly weird. It's so hard to speak in front of the camera, but I will survive. I will make it, but my computer can't. So most probably I will have to change my computer for me to take this 10 gigabytes or 20, 30 gigabytes of data and then basically render it all at once. Without further ado, I will take this an instance, the attach instance for now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to replicate the same something similar icon for that part. So as far as I know, I have 24 by 24 frame. I will open a frame by pressing F. Let's make this bad boy 24 by 24. No, let's do it now. Okay, 10 for this purpose. And what I'm going to do here is I will check if this is a line. It's a line and it's 1.5. What I'm going to do is I will copy this and paste it inside and center it. Good. So this is going to be a radio button. Radio button. And this is radio button default. But I have another variation which is going to be selected, and it's going to be blue, right? Good. So let's do that version as well. Select it, and let's make everything white. Okay, this one is going to be blue, and let's put like a circle inside by pressing O, and make this one also blue, and also center it. Is it the same? I don't know, but it looks similar. What if this blue I deattach and double check if it is the same blue? Well, it was not. I catch myself. So I will save this blue and light blue. Not a variable, by the way, a style. Blue, light. Good. Nice, I like it. And for me, I just do it with line because of the fact that these are also lines. So, okay, radio button, default radio button selected. I'll select both of them and first get rid of the fill because in my original ones there are no fill color. And I'm going to create a component set. Good. And then, yeah, I will put it somewhere here and then I can organize later on. And take one of them. I select, I copy. Now I'm going to Command Shift and R, paste to replace. So this is going to be, and having said that, it seems they are way closer to each other because that's another type of form element. So let's try 8, even 6. Okay. Round trip. By the way, it is written somewhere. This. Round trip. Nice. And this can be, by the way, instead of 3, 6, 8, I can hug the content. I don't necessarily need that much of a spacing from right and left. And let's make it 16 first. Yeah, the other one also have the same. So would I make it? No, I'm going to give like 0 for now. 0. And I will explain you why. This is going to be a radio button icon. So let's give the other one radio button icon. Because of the fact I will give this one radio button. So this is going to be the radio button and slash default, and the next one is going to be, this bad boy is going to be selected. Okay, and I will change from property to state as well. That's also state of that radio button. And this is selected. Nice. Create a component set. I know, it's like taking a long time to build these things, but believe me, once you done all these stuff, it will make you save a lot of time. Copy. And add it somewhere. I can also give a text property, but you know the jazz right now, and I don't necessarily have to do it. For this one way. And this is going to be, so jump from one text to another is by basically after you finish writing, press tab to go to the next one, multi-city. That's it. And the first one is, if you don't want to double click to change the state of that button, what you can be doing is you can go to the radio button, right? Give another property, which is show nested instances. I know it's a bit wordy, but radio button icon, okay? So while I do this on the master component, I can only select an instance, radio button icon state selected. Boom. It's going to be very, very, very easy. Nice. And yeah, I can select 3 of them, make an auto layout. And this is going to be also a form element. And let me delete the backgrounds of it. For now, select these 3 items, 3 child items. Nice. For me to just observe the spacing, if the spacing is correct or not. Good. And this one, 12, I will make it 8. Or 16. Okay, 16 seems a bit better. And I will carry it basically under my form element. Why? Because what if you want to add this one to your component? How would you do that? You need to have, so this is form and this is going to be default. So what I'm going to do is I'll write this one form as well. And if I make a component, they're going to basically be the same name. 48, 48, okay, cool. So if I add this one inside the, normally I can't, I need to create first another instance of it, and then basically call this one is going to be, let's say, radio buttons. Form is going to be, this is and this is going to be default, this is going to be radio buttons. So what I'm going to do is I will drag and drop inside. Let me, no, okay, there are 2 radio buttons, so I will delete this one and use this one and do something like same width and radio buttons. This is 600, so I will put the same value here as a background. So right now I have 2 variations of my form element. I can anytime select any child object and select from this 2 radio buttons and boom. And having said that, since I made a test, I will also give only on the left hand side some spacing, which is going to be 24 probably, because the rest was also 24. Cool. And yeah, that's it. That's it. And now they are aligned. Are they? Let's double check. Okay, not that much. So let's do pixel perfect. Maybe I shouldn't sing while I do this. Okay. Let's drop it to 16. Okay. I normally don't give. This is 20. Oh my god, all right. Can I make it 20, please? Thank you. And it's all about spacing of this icon, which is totally fine. Since I'm not delivering this thing to booking.com, I'm totally fine with that. Good. This is going to be default now as well. So the second one is basically the same. So this was for stays, and this is going to be for flights. So in my flights, I need, let's say, this one to be radio button. Yes, and the other one is another format. So let's continue doing that. I gave another pause. So I just think about the process of making this one. It's not going to be as hard as it seems. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a mess here. Like it's already looking like a vegetable soup, but trust me, trust the process. What I'm going to do is I will replicate that part, but first I will take these two icons, copy them, paste it somewhere here, right click, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm gonna copy this, right click here, and I can deattach instance for now and do all the changes and basically adding up slowly. So this is going to be the same. Let's copy this, paste to replace, Command Shift R, and this is going to be this text. Copy, Shift Option Command MV, nice. And the other one is another icon, this one, copy and paste to replace, Command Shift and R, nice. And where to, right? Copy and paste. Good. The only difference here is I now need to make, or let's say this way, I will take this icon. I know that the ultimate size of this thing is 368. I'm going to paste it here. By the way, just in between these two items. So for now, let's auto layout them, and I will make an, okay, now it's perfectly centered. So what I'm going to do here is I will anticipate, so 24, I can do this. This is going to be, let's say, input. So is it like form? Let me double check on that. This is form, okay. Form slash flights. Okay, that's going to be that. But in terms of sizing, I want this bad boy to be -24. So you can do this simple mathematical calculations on width, height, and any other spaces as well. So when I do that, it's going to be -24. So I will stick this side by side. And I will call this now a wrapper. Why? Because I will select now these both items and make a form slash flights. So right now I have form, flights, a wrapper, form, and another form. Good. So these forms don't need to have a background gray 600. I can put to the parent frame. Boom, done. And after all, I can also give the same sort of spacing if it's 20. So let's give it on the right hand side 20 as well. Okay, if I give 20 so that I need to make this thing -20, Oh, okay, now I get it. If it is fill, let me double check on that. This is now 2368, 368. Okay, now it is good. This one is also done. By the way, you might ask a few things. Let's get rid of these bad boys. First one, how may I add this line? I mean, this line is pretty easy, but how may I add this line? And that's also easy. Let me teach you how. It's press L, draw the line, and it's most likely be 300, gray 300, nice. But if I add, it's either adding here, or, you know, it cannot be adding in between, right? And it's kind of annoying. Or I can cut it and paste it so that it will add on the right hand side. And you might ask why it's right hand side, because this auto layout is horizontal. So let's take it back. Or I can still keep that in, but then I might say ignore auto layout. Now it will have this function of, now it will ignore the auto layout but have all these constraints, and I want it to be aligned center, left, and yeah, I will also align it to these icons right here, this one and that one. And let's see if it's more visible. Yes, it is. It's not 600, so let's deattach it. And I might call this one a light gray, or that's why I give naming as gray 300. So this can be 200, gray 200 plus gray 200. Nice. And for I would do the same for these two sections. So normally I would give a stroke only on the bottom with my new color 200, right? But it's not originally like that in the design. So what I'm going to do is I will take it back, right? I will give this color 200 and do the same thing again. Oh, by the way, this is, let's make it 0 because I don't have any angles here. Cool. But again, take the line and I will say ignore auto layout, so it's not going to cover in terms of spacing. Then I can align with that part, make it, let me double check, yes, and it's going to be aligning till the text. More or less. What else? I can turn this one into blue light. If it's the light version, yes it is. Yes sir. So it is also, this is, I can either select this one, but that's going to be almost not accessible, not readable. So let's do something like that. That's totally fine. First, let's take white, deattach and say 50% maybe. That's it. So that's going to be, yeah, I can add it to my also components, but for this example, I won't. So form flights, cut, coming back to my messy library, and let's change these things. This is my form. or let's paste here. Good. This is form flights. What I'm going to do is, let's try this. It won't work. First, I'll make it a component. Okay. I think it will work. Flights, radio, blah blah. Nice. So for the second example, I can select this bad boy and say flights. Boom. You see the power of auto layout? It's automatically stacking up items. I mean, you don't need to do it one by one manually. It's great. So the second part is ready, and I have two more, but I cannot add more here. So what I'm going to do is add, let's say, one more. So both of them, that's the power of components. When I add one, it will be updated everywhere. I only select this one and say delete, but just take a look. It's only going to hide one form element, which is fine. But here I have two. So what I'm going to do is replicate this part. It's flights, a calendar, and a user. Okay, user is ready. And form user, it's going to be calendar. And the text part here is flights, Saturday, this. Okay, boom. So it will take automatically. Bam, bam. Nice. You understand how slowly we are building a little design system? Well, it's obviously not a design system. Like it becomes like a UI library, but you get the point. So the first one, I need to make this 3. So let's create the car part. Car, nice. And I only need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can change all of these. So what I'm going to do is select all of them. And this one is going to be also default. This one is going to be default. All right, cool. And I will create a custom and edit. I can also add a custom one like this. Let's make this a slightly bit bigger. Oh. Computer, please don't leave me alone. I'm working happily ever after. Please. Okay. This I can copy from this, and I can press plus to make another variant of it. So in this one, I have a text element on the left hand side and an icon. It's not going to be an icon, but we will fix it on the right hand side. And how can I do that? It's very easy. If you are a rookie, you are going to arrange the spacing in between, but every time a new device comes, you need to manually adjust that part, which is a terrible mistake. So what I would highly advise you is to make it auto. So let Figma decide it for you, right? Right now it's automatically adjusted. Good. This is going to be return to same location. Return to same location. Good. And this is going to be like a toggle button. And let's do that quickly. This is going to be my white button, and I have it. This is basically, let's draw a frame, and this frame is going to be blue. And if this is, let's give like rounded numbers here, 24 by 24. If it is 2 pixel bigger, let's make the height 24, 26 maybe. Okay, 2 is so little, 28. That's about right. So if I align to this part, I can, okay. Let's be precise. I know the fact that it is away 2 pixels from up. What I'm going to do is, you can say -2 because it's X and Y axis. Or basically write 21. And the rest is, since it's like a full rounded thing, what I'm going to do is toggle, make the appearance 999. Ta-da! Toggle. Nice. And by the way, if you want to, I have another video. I can add it, but let's quickly add it up here. So if I send this bad boy to the left and make it 2 pixel and do the background something like, instead of blue, gray 300, I can say it like toggle off and make another component set. It's going to be a toggle button. Amazing. And not only that, I'm just fast forwarding my own other video. So in prototype, all you have to do is connect these two. So when I click, when on tap change to this instant, I can say Smart Animate, and this is vice versa. Good. So that's also done. Let's cut this and add it to my library as well. Paste here. Nice. And copy this. Where am I? I was doing the car stuff. Return to same location. Here. And I'm going to paste to replace with this. Command Shift and R. Yes. I will only double check the height if it's, yeah, it's 52, which is fine, I guess. Yeah, this is 48. Doesn't need to be. Do I have? Okay, I can delete this one. 0. Y, I can make the same as 48 for consistency purposes. 48. Done. Problem solved. And this is going to be not form 4. It is location or car location. Car location or car drop, you name it. What else? I can select this one and car location. Done. So you see how easy it is, and since I already give it on my thing, it's already working perfectly. Good. Let's continue doing the same. Pickup location, so car. Cool. This is going to be car. This is, and also, by the way, pickup location. Done. Second one is calendar. Nice. Third one is driver's age. Ta-da! Done. Done? Yes. And yeah, I can add later on this. Oh, let's add it now, okay? Since we are already scaling up, let's add the, let's say, I think all of these bad boys have like a stroke outside or center. Let's make it center and 2 and do something like 200 or 300. Let's see if it's, yeah, it's the same with the other one. So let's make it 200. And yeah, it seems it's thicker, so I will reduce it to 1. Ta-da! Now everything is updated. So you see the power of components. You basically have to go to the main one and boom, it's updated everywhere. Nice. The rest seems way easy, but it's not going to be easy for my pobre computer, which is fine. Cruises. Okay, I basically have to use this one and use the default variation of it, a search icon, and where do you want to cruise? And it's going to be this, where you want to cruise. And what I'm going to do is select everything except this one, and the first one I'm going to delete all. So they are not going to be deleted, they will be invisible, but that will be that's going to be done. Nice. It seems I have like more space, but yeah, I can fix it later on. Cruise part finished. Let's do the taxi. Taxi seems a little bit more complex, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Done already. I can turn on everything. The first one is a car location. Oh, not car location, sorry. Radio buttons. But I want to delete this one, so it will be invisible. So, one way and round trip. I need to write these things. One way. Oh. And round trip. Good. And the second one is going to be, is it car location or flights? It's basically like flights, but I can either do another variation of it for basically like the copying, and yeah, I can do that. So let's take the bottom part a little bit away. Be careful while you do these things, and do another variation of this. Good, and I will call this one taxi. Taxi. It's a location button. Fine, let's do it. Page to replace. copy, paste to replace, and computer crashed, guys. Okay, and I was kind of the man who speaks by himself. Ridiculous. All I have done was change the icons of these and call this variant taxi, and I did the taxi part. The rest was basically copy and paste. This part, and for these ones you see that let's close navigation bar, header and form box. I kind of hide these two and add this two. So let me know down below if it was helpful for you, if you learned something today. And yeah, if not, please tell me what you would like to be covered in more detail. And I'm trying to keep a pace that for beginners or for people who just don't understand the concept of, let's say, the auto layout, how we use auto layout, because it's quite important, and how we use components, component variants. Yeah, slowly I will be mentioning about design tokens, design systems as well. Yeah, let me know down below what you would like to hear from me for the next video. I'm trying to do variations of videos that have been frequently asked by our own students at Experience House, so that it can be like a good resource for them to revisit and watch and learn and come back to me and ask, like, I did not get that part whatsoever. And also it's a great feedback for me whatsoever. And don't forget, we have in figma.com/add0to-UI is a playground area that you can come and learn, download the file. You don't need to drop email whatsoever. I'm not selling anything here. It's basically like free courses or tutorials. You can download and do with me at the same time. You can pause the video, use the timestamps of course, and jump from parts in that video. What else? And yeah, probably this is a very long format video. I don't know when I can deliver this. It all depends on my computer's performance, but I will most likely add it to 0to-UI.com, our website, and write a step-by-step blog post. And that's my site. Yeah, feel free to change it, but this is going to be your playground area. You can start with exactly the same steps that I take, and feel free, if you don't want to mix up with these, you can create your own version and basically delete all of them, because at the end of the day you can always download again and have a done version for you. And that's all there is. So thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one. Cheers!